think your English is perfect. 99% of people fail the final C2 questions on this test. Let's find out your real level right now. She, a doctor at the local hospital. The subject she requires the third-person singular form of the verb to be in the present simple tense, which is. Am is only used with I. Are is used with you, we, and they. And be is the raw infinitive form. I usually up at 7 a.m. on weekdays. The adverb usually indicates a habit or routine requiring the present simple tense. For the pronoun I, the base form get is used. Gets is for third-person singular. Getting is a participle. And got is past tense. My brother is honest man. The word honest begins with a silent H, meaning the first sound is a vowel sound O. Therefore, the indefinite article and must be used instead of a. The is for specific nouns, and some is for plurals or uncountables. We have an important meeting scheduled Monday morning. Days of the week, including specific parts of a specific day like Monday morning, always take the preposition on. In is used for months or years, and at is used for exact clock times. They to the cinema last night. The time marker last night indicates a completed action in the past, requiring the past simple tense. Went is the irregular past tense of go. Go and goes are present tense. And gone is the past participle requiring a helping verb. How or water do you drink every day? Water is an uncountable noun. When asking about quantity with uncountable nouns, we use how much. How many is used for countable nouns like apples or days. This book is the one I read last week. The word then signals a comparative adjective. Good is an irregular adjective, and its comparative form is better. More good and gooder do not exist in standard English, and best is the superlative form. Listen, the birds in the trees. The exclamation listen indicates that the action is happening right now at the moment of speaking. This requires the present continuous tense are singing. Sing is present simple, and sang is past simple. You wear a seatbelt when driving. It is the law. Must is used to express a strong obligation or a rule, which fits perfectly with it is the law, might, could, and can express possibility or ability, but not strict legal obligation. If it rains tomorrow, we're at home. This is a first conditional sentence, which describes a real possibility in the future. The structure is if plus present simple, followed by will plus base verb in the main clause. Will stay is the only correct match. I my keys. I cannot find them anywhere. The present perfect tense have lost is used here because the action happened in the instated past but has a direct result in the present cannot find them now. Past simple lost would require a specific past time marker. She lived in London, but now she lives in Paris. The phrase used to plus base verb describes a past habit or state that is no longer true. is used to means being accustomed to something, while used to is grammatically incorrect without a past tense helper like did. The letters delivered by the postman every morning. This is a passive voice sentence in the present simple tense every morning. Because letters is plural, the correct auxiliary verb is are, is and was our singular, and be lacks a tense marker. I look forward to you soon. The phrase look forward to is always followed by a gerund verb plusing. In this phrase, to acts as a preposition, not as part of an infinitive verb. Therefore, seeing is the only correct choice. If I were a millionaire, I would buy an island. This is a second conditional sentence expressing a hypothetical present situation. In formal English, the verb to be takes the form where for all subjects I, he, she, it in the clause. The man's wallet was stolen reported it to the police. Whose is the relative pronoun used to indicate possession. It connects the man with his wallet. Who is a subject pronoun, whom is an object pronoun, and which is used for things, not people. When we arrived at the station, the train. The past perfect tense had already left is required because the train leaving happened before another action in the past arrival at the station. Has left is present perfect, which does not fit a past narrative. He is completely soaking wet. He caught in the rain. Must have been is a modal of deduction used for a logical conclusion about the past. Given the evidence he is wet, we are nearly certain he was caught in the rain. Should have implies advice, not a deduction. Could you tell me where? This is an indirect question. Unlike direct questions, where is the bank? Indirect questions use standard statement word order subject plus verb without auxiliary verbs like do or does. The bank is correct. It is far too hot in this room. Can you the air conditioning? Turn on is the correct phrasal verb to start a machine or electronic device. If it is too hot, you want the AC to start working. Turn off means to stop it. Take off applies to clothing. And put on applies to clothing or wait. If they had left earlier, they the flight. This is a third conditional sentence, discussing a hypothetical past situation and its hypothetical past result. The structure requires if plus past perfect, followed by would have plus past. Participle in the main clause. Seldom such a remarkable performance. When a sentence begins with a negative or limiting adverb like seldom, never, or rarely, it requires subject auxiliary inversion. The auxiliary verb have must come before the subject I. It is imperative that the manager is informed of these changes immediately. Adjectives of urgency like imperative, crucial, or vital trigger the subjunctive mood in the following that clause. The subjunctive uses the base form of the verb for all subjects, which in this case is be. The difficulty of the task, she managed to complete it on time. Notwithstanding acts as a preposition meaning in spite of and is correctly followed by a noun phrase the difficulty. although and even though require a full clause subject plus verb. Despite of is grammatically incorrect. It should just be despite. He objected strongly, treated like a child. The verb object is followed by the dependent preposition too, because prepositions must be followed by a noun or a gerund. The correct form is the passive gerund to being. Scarcely had I stepped out of the house it started to pour. The temporal conjunction scarcely is always paired with when to mean as soon as. A common distractor is then, but then is only paired with no sooner, e.g., no sooner had I stepped out than. What I really admire about him is his relentless dedication to his craft. This is a cleft sentence where the subject is the entire clause. What I really admire about him. This noun clause functions as a singular subject, requiring the singular verb is. He didn't want to go to the party, but his friends twisted his and he finally agreed. To twist someone's arm is a common English idiom that means to persuade or force someone to do something they initially did not want to do. The other body parts do not form this recognized idiom. You brought an umbrella. The forecast said it would be sunny all day. Needn't have plus past participle is used when an action was performed, but it was unnecessary. Didn't need to means it wasn't necessary, but doesn't confirm if the action happened. Since the person did bring the umbrella, needn't have is the most precise. It is high time you taking your responsibilities seriously. The phrase "it is high time" is followed by a subject and a verb in the past tense past subjunctive to indicate that something should have been done already. Started is the correct past form required by this specific, advanced grammatical structure.